Welcome to Dominica, everyone. Today we are really excited to show you one of the gems of the Caribbean.
We've heard locals describe this as a place that time forgot. It's really authentic Caribbean, and we're gonna show it to you today. We are currently staying at a small hotel called Wanderlust. This is a pretty incredible view, as you can see. Check it out.
Oh man, look at this, you guys. We're in this beautiful bay. There's a little, like a river here, a beach down there, and then as you start to pan, there's islands. The views here so far are spectacular, and we're just starting the day out.
So our driver's gonna be here really soon to take us out on some awesome adventures today, but we wanted to show you our room first because it's really great. So we are lucky enough to be staying in the penthouse. It's actually a full apartment. We have a kitchen, it's got everything you would need, including a microwave, a stove, and an oven, and a full fridge.
Look at how big this place is. We have a giant TV, there is a couch, there's also a chair, and we even have our own little dining room area.
And come over here and we'll show you the bedroom. This room is huge. You have a king-size bed, a walk-in closet, and an amazing view.
I think the best part of this whole room is the bathroom. We gotta go take a look at that. So over this way we have your vanity. There is a mirror. And if you walk over here, we have a really big walk-in shower. Look at the size of this, you guys. Of course, over here you have a toilet, and there is a bidet.
So I think our van is just about here. We should probably get going, but a little bit about this hotel. It's actually an adventure hotel, something we've never stayed at before, but the owners here, who are great, will help you plan out an itinerary. There's loads to do, and they'll take you out to go snorkeling, kayaking, hiking, there's rivers, there's waterfalls. It's a super nature island, so there's loads to do.
So we will leave a link down below if you guys want to check out this hotel. They do so much for you if you're coming to the island. Now, we gotta get going. Later, I'm not feeling so good. The roads here on the island are really twisty, so make sure you do what I did not and bring some gravel.
Yeah, anti-nausea medication is gonna be a necessary thing here, even if you don't get car sick. It's super windy, you're up and down and all over. Hard to even talk about now. But anyway, we're now at a place called the Emerald Pool. I think it's a waterfall, but I don't know, I didn't really check it out, but we're on a little bit of a hike right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, but I think it's about 10 minutes to get there.
Yeah, and if this is a sign of what's to come, it's pretty cool so far. It's pretty lush. We're in like a jungle or something.
Guys, we've made it to our first ever waterfall. Look how beautiful it is.
I know.
So just a little bit of info. It was really easy to get here. If you're not much of a hiker, it's super easy. It's like gravel and steps, so you won't have any trouble. There are quite a few people here though, so you might have to wait your turn to get in the water. You need to find some space to like get ready. But it's gorgeous, totally worth it.
So I think one of the reasons there's so many people here is because it's pretty easy to get to. What did it take, 10 minutes?
Less than 10 maybe.
Right.
Stop along the way too.
But here's the thing about this island, you'll understand this as we go throughout the day. There's not a lot of tourists here, and this might be the most that we see all day.
Yeah, I'll bet you it will be. At a different part of the island now. We just went on another very long drive. Thankfully, feel much better this time.
Yeah, I'm good this time.
Yeah, but we're gonna do something. I think boating on Indian River.
Yeah,
right?
I think we're getting in a canoe and going down something called Indian River.
Yeah,
let's see. it's now the next day. We're gonna try to describe what happened during the whole Indian River tour.
So we actually got there later in the day than we were supposed to be there, just running late, and I think it was about 5 o'clock by the time we got on the river. And so when we got to the end, which was really cool, I wish we could have shown it to you, it was dark and we couldn't film. So we're gonna have to tell you about it now.
Yeah, so the whole ride, as you can see, we got a whole lot of footage. It was absolutely amazing. We were there around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. So the sun was going down in the lake, as you can tell just by looking at the footage. It is so green, it's so lush. There's like trees with all these roots, and we saw a lot of interesting wildlife.
We did, yeah. There were like a bunch of small crabs, big crabs, there were herons, there were egrets.
I think they're egrets, but one of them kept following us around, so we got like a whole,
there was a heron,
whole lot of footage of that. Then at the end, we ended up at this kind of surprise bar area, but that's when it was actually pitch black, so we don't have any footage of that.
Right, and one thing you didn't mention was like there was one part where we kind of went off to one side of the river, and I don't think we've mentioned that Pirates of the Caribbean, the second movie,
Dead Man's Chest.
Right, so there was a part in the movie, if you remember, with Calypso. Apparently that was filmed on that river.
Yeah, so for anyone watching, if that river looks familiar to you, that's why.
Yeah.
So now, it is next day like we said, and we're in a town called Roseau, and we're up on a look-off called, I think it's called Morne Bruce?
Morne Bruce.
Yeah, there's a lot of information that we're digesting. We're going through these few days very fast, but there's a killer view over here, so we're gonna go take a look.
We have a really great view up here of the whole city of Roseau. It's the main city here on the island. I think there's about 20,000 people in the city area, and then 70,000 on the whole island.
Yeah, I think what's really cool is pretty soon we're going down to explore the city itself. I think we might be going to a market, is that what they said?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah. And as you can see, there's also a cruise ship here. I think a lot of people come by cruise. So we have made a quick pit stop at the Botanical Gardens. It's really loud here. I hope you guys can hear me. This part behind me is really, really interesting. So in 1979, the island was hit with a horrible hurricane called Hurricane David. This tree here actually fell on a school bus. Thankfully, nobody was in it, but they kept it here. They now call the tree Goliath. So it's David and Goliath.
Yeah, and take a look at this bus, you guys. Like, there's starting to be greenery growing out of it, and this tree is massive. For context, like, look, I'll put my hand on this. Yeah, it's huge. This is amazing. We just walked into a bamboo house?
Yeah, that's what they refer to it as. It's basically like a bunch of bamboo together, and it creates kind of a rooftop over us. And we did just find out that bamboo is not a tree, it's a grass, and it's the fastest growing grass in the world.
The thing is, it actually feels like we're surrounded by trees. I mean, these are a couple stories high from what we can tell.
Huge.
So I've never been in something like this before.
Yeah, it's neat.
It's really big on the inside too.
I feel like it'd be really cool as a kid. It feels like you're in like a little fort or something.
So now we are just down at the port here in Roseau. You can see the giant cruise ship behind us. I bet you guys didn't know that there's cruise ships that come here.
Yeah, I think frequently. And it's funny, we've actually met a lot of expats, like in the restaurants we've gone to and hotels, that came on a day trip in a cruise ship, fell in love, and moved here. So be prepared. If you're watching this because you're coming on a cruise ship, you may be finding your future home.
Alright, it's time to drop some facts about this place for you guys. It is in the middle of the Caribbean. Dominica is between Guadeloupe and Martinique. Now, it is a volcanic island. There's also a mountain here that's 5,000 feet tall.
It's known as the Nature Island. So there are 365 rivers here, one for every day of the year. There's a whole bunch of waterfalls. You know, we did show you one already, and I think maybe we're visiting one later on today, maybe?
Stay tuned for that. Keep watching. Now we are over at a place called Freshwater Lake. And we are about, I think, like something like 1,000 feet in the air, and well, it's pretty cold.
It is, and it's actually, we're in the clouds, guys.
Yeah, so
as we drove up, it's like continually got foggier and foggier, and now it's like we're actually amongst the clouds.
Yeah, it didn't even like click into me. I actually thought it was just fog, and I was like, what's going on here? It's clouds. Look, we'll show you. If you take a look over here, this looks like fog rolling in. This is the bottom of a cloud. And well, this is the lake. It's enormous. I can't believe we're 1,000 feet up, and this is the lake. There's like one other person here. I'm pretty sure she works here. Guys, this is so cool up here. It's starting to rain, and this day has been full of firsts. We're up with the clouds for the first time, just by like, well, you know, we're not even in a plane.
Yeah.
We're just on this giant mountain, and we saw some waterfalls.
We did.
Really quiet up here too. I said like we're the only tourists. I think we're at the start of high season, but
yeah, it's super quiet. We're the only people here.
Yeah, it's worth coming.
It's both sunny and rainy at the moment.
Starting to rain.
There's a rainbow.
Feels kind of nice. Did we talk about the temperature?
It's way cooler up here.
Yeah.
They said it's a winter up here.
Caribbean winter, 20 degrees Celsius.
Hey, I don't get what this is about. You got my head spinning on my shoulders. I feel a burn inside of my chest.
All right, you guys, we are now going to our last stop of the day. It's called Trafalgar Falls, I believe.
Yeah, and I think there might be 2 of them, but we'll see when we get up there. So we hear there's about a 10-minute hike to get there, and there's a lot of anticipation. I think we're like 2-3 minutes in, and I can hear them.
Yeah, that's why. So it's really interesting. It's all a groomed path. I'll show you guys this as well, but you can hear those waterfalls, and you're walking through like a jungle, or I guess it's a rainforest really. It's just so lush and it's so green. Like, look behind us right now. Everywhere we look is green, and all we hear is the waterfalls.
Feeling like I'm lucid dreaming, got me flying high. 'Cause I can't believe that I get to have you close. On an endless road, I'm levitating now. In one of those lucid dreams. In one of those lucid dreams. Oh yeah.
So we have made it up to Trafalgar Falls. There's like maybe a 10-minute walk. It's really easy groomed trails. So if you're concerned about that, don't be. There are 2 waterfalls here. One is Mama, one is Papa. Mama is 125 feet, Papa is 75 feet, I believe. He's definitely stronger, but we're told at certain times of the year, Mama can actually get a little bit stronger depending on, I guess, how currents work.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah. I could look at this for days. This is just beautiful. I didn't expect 2 waterfalls, you know. I thought there was just one coming in here. It's unbelievable, guys. If you're in here, make sure you do this. This is one of the top things to do in Dominica. Wow, what an amazing day here in Dominica. This island is one of a kind in the Caribbean. I feel like it's like a little hidden gem, a little secret. It is full of nature, it is full of resources, it is full of wonder. I honestly can't get over this place.
I know, it's absolutely magical, it's untouched, it's authentic. There are no other Caribbean islands like it, we can tell you this. But one thing if you've done any research about it at all, is you may hear about hurricanes. We already talked a little bit vaguely about it, but you probably know that Hurricane Maria hit it really, really hard last year, and I think it was in 2017. But they are back. So if you're at all concerned about that, there's nothing to be, no worries at all. Like, everything is back to normal. It's in all working condition now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and guys, this island is not for everyone though, but I say that in a good way. If you're into just like going to a resort and laying on the beach in the sun all day,
with their pina colada,
don't come here.
Yeah.
If you're into adventure and wilderness and just pure amazing fun, when you feel like you have a little Caribbean island to yourself, this is where you want to be.
We heard a saying that if Columbus were to come back to this island, he would still find his footprints. It's so untouched here.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's really, really amazing. It's actually hard to describe. And we've met people that are really, really passionate about it. Like we said, people came on cruise ships like 20 years ago and just fell in love with it. They're so passionate that almost when they're talking, they get like teary-eyed about it.
I know, it's amazing. Guys, now if you're new around here, I'm Trevor, and this is Anna, in case you're wondering who we are. We're the Delightful Travelers, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell to get notifications. You can follow our adventures around the world. If you haven't watched our last video, make sure to do that. We were hanging out in Miami in an amazing neighborhood called Wynwood. And next up, well, this time, we don't know where we're going yet. So you're gonna have to stay tuned and find out, and tune in to next week's video.
Yeah. You guys are closer to knowing than we are.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Dominica, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.
Feeling like I'm lucid dreaming.